Hello everyone. Today we will talk about Spirit Shards in details. We will explain what they are, how can we get them, and then we will use Guild Wars 2 efficiency to find out how can we make some gold from Spirit Shards, and at the end of the video, I will give you a full example on my screen from the moment we pick items together from the website until we can sell them on the trading post. Spirit Shards are account-bound items, and you can find them in your wallet. They should be the third item on the list. It is a very valuable item, and it has many uses in end content stuff, like legendaries and ascended armor and weapons, for example. So make sure you don't actually use them to make gold unless you don't need them for anything else. You will get Spirit Shards as a random drop from killing mobs and from opening chests while you are playing the game normally. But you will also get them every time you finish your daily. You will get 3 shards, and you will get them by filling your XP bar. However, keep in mind that this will only work in areas where you have full masteries. So for example, let's say you are doing some world bosses in court area maps, and you have all the court area masteries unlocked. In that case, you will be able to get Spirit Shard at the end when you fill your XP bar. If you are not sure if you have full masteries or not, just look at the bar itself. If you see the Spirit Shard icon at the end, it means that you have full masteries for that region. But if you see anything else, then you don't. You can also exchange your Tomes of Knowledge from the NPC beside the Mystic Forge. Go to the last tab, and you can exchange your tomes with Spirit Shards. But keep in mind 2 things. Tomes are a valuable item, and you can use them to insta-level a character. So make sure you will have at least 1 to insta-level a character whenever you need to. So basically 79 or 80 tomes. And the second thing is, you will only be able to exchange tomes that are in your inventory or your bank. As you can see, I'm right now standing in front of the merchant, and all of those options are grayed out for me because it's not actually reading that I have any spare Tomes of Knowledge. Now let's talk about Guild Wars 2 efficiency and see how can we use it to make some extra gold from Spirit Shards. I will leave a link in the description for the website. Once you load it, click on currency and then Spirit Shards. And the first thing you want to do is sort the items out by profit percentage. This will give you the list of items based on which ones are the most efficient first. Let me explain how this table works. So, below components, you will see 4 items. Those are the items you will put together in the Mystic Forge to make whatever item is on the left side. And then below combine, it gives you the cost of all those materials when you put them together in the Mystic Forge. The combined price assumes that you are making buy orders for your items, and the same goes for profit. It assumes that you are selling based on the highest price. And you will see 2 things that may confuse you. There is profit here, which is 4 silver and 47 copper, and then there is profit per shard, which is basically this number multiplies by 10 in most cases. The reason why it does it this way is because 1 Spirit Shard can buy 10 Philosopher's Stone. And this recipe uses only 1 stone. And so basically, you can use this recipe 10 times using 1 Spirit Shard. So it is multiplying this number by 10. You will find other recipes where the number is different. Like for example, here it says that 1 crystal equals 0.6 Spirit Shards. Now that we understand the table, the first thing I want you to do is completely ignore any weapon recipes. As you can see, they are profitable. However, those weapons also don't sell very well on the trading post. There is not a very high demand for them. So you may end up making a weapon, listing it on the trading post, only to stay there for days or weeks not selling, or maybe even worse, get undercut by a lot of players. So unless you are someone with lots of gold to spare, and you have a very good understanding of how the trading post works with supply and demand and price and such, I would highly recommend that you completely stay away from weapons. We will only focus on fine crafting materials and lodestones. Another tip I will give you: never ever use one recipe multiple times until you get hundreds of that item. If you do that, you are going to end up overloading the market, you will drive the prices down, and you will get your item undercut, which again means you will have to relist it on the trading post, which will eat up from your profit, and you may end up even finding yourself making a loss. So what I would recommend is that you only use each recipe a maximum of 5 times. So for example, use the bone shard recipes 5 times, and then the fangs 5 times, and so on and so on and so on. Now before we are done and I move on to the example, let's talk about the difference between fine crafting materials and lodestones. As you can see, in general, fine crafting materials will give you a little bit more profit. However, it assumes that you will get 19 of the item every time you will convert, which, as you will see now on the screen, will not be the case. That number is an average number, which means you will sometimes get more and sometimes get less. There is a little bit of a gamble. However, because we are choosing items that have a very high profit percentage, the risk of us making a loss is actually going to be very little. So overall, that means fine crafting materials may end up indeed making you a little bit more profit, but they also are a little bit of a gamble. While lodestones are a guaranteed profit, you will always get one lodestone, you will not get more or less, but they will need a little bit more shards, and they will also give you overall less profit return per shard. Now let's move on to our example, and here is what I will do. So I will come to the website and I will sort the items out by the most profitable percentage. Remember, not flat profit, we are using profit percentage. So let's say I'm going to make those 7 items, and I will make each one of them 5 times. So we picked our items. Now I will put my buying orders, but I will also show you something else. If you already have that material, it is actually better to use what you already have. So before you buy an item, check if you already have enough of it. For example, I found that I have 5 bone shards and 5 small fangs already in my materials, so I'm not going to buy them. I have all the materials needed now. I made my buy orders, and I will show you on the screen now how they will work on the Mystic Forge. And I want you to pay attention to the average number we will get from the fine crafting materials. I will sort them out side by side together in my inventory for you to see the numbers yourself. Now, just remember, using the Mystic Forge to make some extra gold from your Spirit Shards is not something you should do for hours every day, and you shouldn't make hundreds of each item. It is just something you want to make some extra profit at the end of your day while playing normally. Another thing to keep in mind is, honestly, this time I got a little bit more lucky than usual, and I have higher numbers on average for my items. Usually I get less than this. Don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this one, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date and not miss out on any of the new videos. If you enjoyed the guide, please leave a like. Thank you very much for watching.